You are listening to one of the most prolific podcasts. I'm Caleb.
It's your boy DT.
And I'm Ken.
We are the Mind Report.
Here to push your mind and change your thoughts. Oh man. We are in full gratitude right now. The voices that you hear is so compelling. I'm your host, DT.
I'm Caleb.
And I'm Ken.
And we are the Mind Report. I just want everybody to shift their mindset for a second and think about where you are right now. And I want you to be in full gratitude for where you're about to get ready to head. We all need to keep track of what we done accomplished and the things that we have in mind to accomplish, because we all have greatness inside of us, but it just take you having a different perspective and a different mindset to actually go out there and smash your damn goals. I'm not even going to hold it up anymore because I'm so excited about this episode, because I know the gems that's going to be dropped. So Caleb, what's going to be the thought of the day?
The thought of the day is going to be self-confidence. I think it's very important to have self-confidence because confidence is feeling. Going into any situation, you want to feel good. You want to be sure about your decisions. You want to be sure about everything. You want to feel good about the direction that you're going to be headed towards life. So I think that self-confidence will be a good thing for us to talk about. One thing that I would like to discuss when it comes to self-confidence is keeping a calm attitude towards criticism. There's going to be a lot of criticism that comes in life. There's going to be a lot of things that certain people may not like what you're doing because they may never took in that step to do what you're trying to do. So maybe they think that it's impossible for you. Once you have a vision, that vision is for you and you only. Not other people is going to see the same things and have the same goal and want the same thing for you, because a lot of people don't want you to do better than them. They want you to do good, but maybe they don't want you to do better than them. There's going to be a lot of criticism that comes with anything you do. And I think that it's important to just have the right steps to block out criticism so that you can still focus on the end goal. Because if you listen to the wrong person, you may be blocking out your blessing, because now you will start to conform of those words that you may fail or you may never be successful. And you hear that for a long period of time. You start to believe some of those words that they're telling you. So it's very important to just be around the right people so that you don't get around that criticism. And sometimes criticism can be good. Sometimes it could actually teach you something and look from a different perspective. I can look through somebody else's lens and maybe I can understand where they're coming from. So sometimes it's not always a bad thing, because there's still some good things that you can learn from criticism. But at the end of the day, you don't want to take criticism from the wrong person, because somebody may not done anything that you've done before. And if there's somebody that done something that you did before and you're taking advice from them and they're giving you criticism, sometimes it's actually good, because now they had that same experience and they can lead you in the right direction. There's something that you can learn from.
Criticism can lead you to two things. It can be constructive or destructive. Mm-hmm. It's all about how you view it. If it's constructive to you, you taking it in a different light, it's basically you using it to mold you into a better person. So you can say, okay, DT, I kind of see this as being one of your weaknesses. I actually take steps to improve on my weakness. Then my weakness become my strength. But if I take it in a destructive way, I'm taking it as like it's the end of the world. Like I can't do nothing about it. It's all about up to you about what you want to do about it. But don't let criticism be the thing that tear you down. It should be the thing that build you up. Like Caleb said, you got to be real mindful about who you receiving the criticism from. Now, criticism and hate, they kind of look just like each other. Mm-hmm. When you thinking about who you receiving it from, then I ain't gonna say I'm judging what you done, but if you haven't done what I want to do, there's no way I can take any type of advice from you, because now it's like we having an opinionated conversation. Mm-hmm. Like you think I should do this, but I know in my heart I should do this. Right. So I'm going to always choose my heart over what you say, because my heart is what I feel and what I know to be true. But what you saying is something that you have an opinion on, but I don't know it to be true because it's just coming from you. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you got to be real mindful of that. And then criticism is the top thing, but it's just depending on how you take it.
When it comes to criticism, like DT say, hate and criticism kind of like, in my opinion, it fall in the same boat. But the way I learned not to take criticism personally and not to let it really get to me is by knowing that nobody is perfect. So the criticizer, the person that's criticizing me, also has something to work on.
Right.
In a sense, it made me take heed into the criticism, and then has also kind of pushed me away, because it's like DT said, if you're not in a position I want to be in, I can't really listen to nothing you say, because I'm gonna take the criticism as you trying to take a dig at me, and then my mindset is you got stuff you could be working on too while you sitting here trying to pick at me.
Yeah, why you jabbing at me, bruh?
Right.
Don't swing at me, because I swing back.
You ain't lying, knock your ass out.
They say you gonna get these holy hands.
Holy,
From God himself.
Nah, it wasn't real stuff. We do not condone violence.
no, we don't.
Shit.
Hey, kids, say I don't turn the other cheek, because after you hit that other cheek, the other cheek's still open. So hey, I gotta defend what's mine.
Yeah, for sure.
Kid, you crazy. But another thing, do not get hung up on doubts.
Right.
Doubts are like a disease. It can become a plague in your life. You can either have faith or you can have doubts. You cannot have both of them. And the symptoms of it is very, very critical, because with doubts, it'll kill a whole bunch of dreams, hopes, aspirations, or whatever it is that you have going on in your life. And when you have self-confidence, matter of fact, if you listen to this right now, I want everybody to stop what you're doing and go and look up the self-confidence formula. Like, I had this posted everywhere in my house to the point where I had to stop and read it. It's like a contract or a declaration to your self-confidence. And you're supposed to read it like, I think twice a day or something like that. And it actually help you about you viewing yourself, because self-confidence is basically like, how do I view myself? It's not how everybody else view you, because it's the first word say what? Self-confidence. So what type of confidence do you actually have in yourself? So when you have confidence in yourself, doubts don't even come about. Because I have faith in knowing about where I'm going and who I'm becoming. So don't get so hung up on doubts, because I guarantee you it'll get you hung up and get you caught up.
Real quick.
Real quick.
I feel like with doubts, for every bad, there's a good. When you doubt yourself, you think of the worst case scenario. A lot of times people question themselves and be like, what if it don't? My question to myself is, what if it does? When it comes to doubt, I don't doubt anything. Like, when I think of stuff, I think of the good. And when I say good, I go to the extreme. Like, if I take this trade, I'm finna be a millionaire type stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I never doubt myself. And that ties back into self-confidence, because I feel like I deserve whatever I feel like I deserve. And what I deserve isn't the worst case scenario. It's always going to be the best case scenario. So when it comes to me going out and doing something, I never doubt myself, because I just feel like that's not what I deserve. And I understand that what you put out is what you get back in return.
Facts.
So when you put doubt out and when you put that worst case scenario out, a lot of times that's what you get back. That's what's going to happen. When you have that self-confidence and you look and view yourself in a certain way, it's certain things you just don't do out of, respect for self.
Right. To piggyback what you just said about just not, thinking what if. I don't doubt myself. I don't say I can't or whatnot, or I can't do this. I give myself the possibilities. What if I do this?
Right.
What happens when I do this? And I think in the future. I already give myself, it's always good to just look at yourself as that person as you want to become, because then you naturally will get the possessions, you will actually get the mindset, and you will start to mold yourself into the person that you want to become, because therefore you believe that person you want to become. Right. And then you be put in situations that will make you grow, that will force you to be the person that you need to become. There's chapters to it. But when it comes to this doubts, it's something that only you can control. I don't put myself in a situation where I have to doubt myself. I put myself in a situation where I can give myself more possibilities and more opportunities. I don't even like using the word can't, because I don't ever go into a situation and saying that I can't do something, because therefore I'm literally telling myself subconsciously that I can't do it. So if I go into a situation, I already feel like I can't do it. I'm already feel like I'm gonna lose. I'm already gonna feel like I'm gonna take this loss. So I give myself the possibilities. Okay, what if I do it? It's not about doubting yourself. It's about giving yourself more possibilities and giving yourself more opportunities, so that you can get yourself in a situation where you feel confident. You go into a situation where you don't have to put yourself in doubts, because you know the outcome. That's what comes to it when I think about with doubts.
I like how I tie back into criticism, because criticism could be the main thing that push doubt upon you.
Yeah.
So don't, like we said, be real mindful of the environment that you have around you, because the environment that you have around you can boost your belief. And I think one of my mentors said, you have to borrow somebody else's belief until your belief get high. So if I believe in you more than you believe in you, guess what? By default, you will start to believe in yourself a little bit more.
Right.
But if I'm around an environment where we talking about nothing but negativity, we don't have no goals, we don't have no vision for ourselves, then anything that comes up that you view as being big, guess what? You gonna start to doubt it, because the environment that you have around you. And if you have a bad environment around you, then that start to affect your mindset. Right. And once it started to affect your mindset, it started to affect your decision-making process. So everything plays a part, but you have to be real, how can I say, holding things accountable as far as like the things that you have in your life. You got to have a checklist. If it don't align with whatever you got going on, or wherever you see yourself going, you need to just exit out. If it does, check it off.
Right.
Because now you know you moving in alignment with the things that you want.
And to add to what DT said, sometimes what you got to X off your list is people. The people you around.
Main people.
Friends, family, associates, bosses, like anybody. Everybody in my circle, we on big things, and that's just what it is. That's what I'm aligning myself with. I can't sit around nobody that don't have no goals. I can't sit around and talk to people that only gossip. I can't sit around and talk to no sheep. Like I said in what was about 2 episodes ago, I can't sit around and just talk to a circle full of sheep. Like somebody got to go out and get this in order for us to all grow. But if you surround yourselves with sheep, it's like what's going on?
Yeah,
Nothing.
You're going to be stuck, man.
Man, listen.
And you're going to be following the main crowd about what's going on, because sheep always follow other sheep.
Right.
It's not never a point where they were like, okay, he's the leader, we're going to follow him.
Right.
But the thing with wolves, you never know who the leader is of the pack. The pack moves together.
Right.
If you not move together, you're not a part of my pack.
Right.
You are to be hunted.
Pray.
Yeah, you pray. We the predators.
Right.
We look at things different on a day-to-day basis, and we go after whatever we want to attack.
Yeah.
It's not me waiting to see what everybody else in the group gonna do, because all is moving at the same time.
Exactly.
It's like I just told you, that's the Mind Report. 3 different perspectives with one mindset. Hey, go and check us out. You listen to us right now. It's coming through your stereo. Is you hearing me? It's coming through your stereo. So we streaming any way that you like to hear us. Just go and check us out. But that's on some real type of stuff right there, though.
Yeah.
So be more of a wolf than a sheep. Like Ken said, there's nothing wrong with being a sheep. It's a lot of sheeps in life. It's 95% of the population that's actually, living that type of way. It's only 5% of the population that's propelling it over everybody.
Right.
They the people that make the jobs. They the people who do all this other type of stuff. And they the people that control all the wealth that's going on. Right. So now you need to ask yourself, do you want to be on the left side of money, or do you want to be on the right side of money? But it's totally up to you what you want to do.
Totally up to you. And I think when it comes to that, a lot of people get scared because of fear when it comes to that, being on the right side of money. They don't want to take that chance or even give themselves an opportunity to do better for themselves. They just want to be stuck in the same position. The worst thing for me is just doing the same thing like what I was doing 5 years ago. Where's the growth in that? You don't want to be doing a certain task and you're not learning. So a lot of people are fearful of success. They fear what comes with it because maybe there's nobody around you that had the success that you want.
And that is a thing, fearing success.
Yeah.
I think it hit a lot of people more than fear and failure. Because a lot of people be so stuck in their head about like, dang, what if it do work? If it work, they scared about all the responsibility that they going to have with the success. Have you ever seen the Marvel movie Spider-Man? He said, with great power comes great responsibility. You have to look at it as far as like getting out your head and stepping out your own way. Because as long as you're in your own way, you're going to always run into a dead end.
Always. To tie into what DT said, you always going to have problems. Unsuccessful people have problems and successful people have problems. We all going to have problems. That's the reality of it. But like it's up to Art of Not Giving a Fuck say, all you can do when it comes to problems is pray that you get blessed with the good problems. Don't focus on the bad problems. Pray that you don't go through the bad problems. You can only pray for the good problems. But at the end of the day, we all gonna have problems. And to tie into what Caleb said, like your mindset should always be, I'm gonna go with this and I'm gonna this what I'm finna do, regardless of who support it, who stand by me, who say I'm gonna do it, who say I'm not gonna do it. I'm confident in myself, and that's the only confidence I need. Sometimes that's what it takes, because sometimes your vision may be too weird for other people to support. Sometimes your vision may be too far out for other people to see. But you was blessed with that vision for a reason. It wasn't for nobody else to understand. It was only for your understanding. And so when you understand that, a lot of times the support from other people don't need to be there in order for you to be successful. The confidence is the support, and the only support that you need from within yourself.
Yeah, you got to cheer yourself on. I guarantee you the support that you have would be zero, but I guarantee you the celebration would be thousands.
That's for sure.
So you have to be able to cheer yourself on in times when it seems like you don't have nobody there with you. Because you have somebody there with you, it's you.
Right.
You are your biggest supporter. If you're not willing to do that with yourself, then what type of success are you really willing to have? Right. You'll give up at the first sign of a trial or any type of tribulation that's going on. You have to keep pushing forward. And I think Big Mike has said this, just push.
That's it.
Persist. Or persist until something happens.
Yeah.
Got to. Something's going to happen.
Yeah.
If you keep doing something for a long period of time, bro, something's going to happen, bro.
Gonna happen.
Like, there is no way that you're going to be doing something for a very long time and be in the same position. Unless you really just don't give a fuck.
Right.
I mean, hey, I just gotta be real. I gotta be blunt. I gotta be transparent. Really, for real.
Yeah.
There's no way. I mean, you can be playing a video game. You sit there for an hour. There is no way that you're gonna be playing the same way you did an hour ago.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
Because you're gonna start getting better at it. When you putting yourself in a position to grow and to learn, if you believe you can do better, then you're eventually going to do better. If you believe that you're not going to do better and you always live in fear and live in doubt, and you second guessing yourself, overthinking, and just listening to people you have no business listening to, you're going to always find yourself in this hula hoop, because the same bullshit going to come around and around and around and around. And then 10 years later, you're going to be in the same situation, dog. Right. 20 years later, you're going to be in the same situation. You're going to be stuck, and you're going to be wondering, what could I've done differently to have a better result and a better outcome? So that's why it's always better to just push forward and think about yourself, because I have to push myself. I have to give off good energy and make sure that I know where I'm going to go. I know where I'm going to be. I know the position where I'm going to be in. I give off that energy, and I firmly believe that every day I get closer to my goals every single day, because I give off that energy to get aligned to them. And that's why opportunities come to me, and opportunities just come to us. We force each other to grow. That's why that alignment happens. I don't stay in the same position. It's just a blessing to be a living proof of it.
And I think another thing that self-confidence bring, like once you start having this feeling of self-confidence, you have no fear. And we were just talking about the fear of the successful and the unsuccessful. When you are self-confident in yourself and self-confident in your abilities, there is no fear about what you could possibly do. Right. Because like, the possibilities are endless. And I don't even like to say nothing about potential. And I kind of was looking at the episode about potential that we had. You should be disappointed if you moving up to your potential, because potential should be endless. Once you move up to your potential, that's kind of like you saying there's an end game to whatever it is that you want to achieve. Right. Fear is definitely the main factor in you getting from where you are right now to where you want to go. So once you have this self-confidence in yourself, then fear starts to evaporate. Then you start to move into a whole different form.
I agree with that. I feel like fear stop a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. When you confident, when you have a vision for yourself, fear can only stop that vision. It can only come in between you and that vision. It's fear, and you telling yourself the worst case scenario, like I was saying earlier. When it comes to being confident, it's like a either or situation with fear. You can't be confident in yourself and then fear like the good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, the only fear, if you have any, is not achieving whatever it is you want to achieve.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
The only thing you should fear is not getting to where you want to get to.
Exactly.
Ooh.
So like any other feel, like that shouldn't even exist at all, because it's like, okay, if I don't do this, this is where I'm gonna be at. So it's either I do it and achieve it, or I don't do it and be where I don't want to be.
Where I don't want to be.
You know what I'm saying? Where I'm fearing to be. That's the only thing you should be fearing.
That's just like what Steve Harvey said. Why are you fearing exactly what you're going through right now? You done already been through hell, so why stop in hell?
Exactly.
You gotta keep going. Don't fear whatever it is that's to come.
Yeah.
Just go past whatever it is that's to come, because you'd have been through whatever it was that you'd have been through in life that was tough, and you done did it tough. And then now you look back, you like, well, you know, I did get through that.
Right.
So if you got through that, you can get through anything.
Exactly.
So don't sit up here in fear. Just have faith and then move forward with that faith. Right. And then I guarantee you success comes after whatever you done got through.
Yeah. And then one thing too, in the book Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, he said that you got to be the type of individual that just look fear in the face and just keep going. If you got a start point to your goal and you done went down 100 miles past that, and you finally get to this one little section where it's like it looks fearful, like it don't look too certain, you not finna turn around and walk them 100 miles back to your starting point. You finna go past that.
You finna go through this storm.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
You gonna learn to dance with the rain.
You gonna learn how to swim today. And that's just the reality of it. Like, fear should not stop. Like, you got to be, it really takes a different individual, a self-confident person, to look fear in his eyes and say, man, fuck all that other stuff. I'm finna get past this.
Right.
And you tell fear, man, look, shut the hell up. Shut up. I got this.
Nah, you really got to take fear with a grain of salt. Like, you really just got to just look it up in the eye and just face it. When you just face what you're fearing, sometimes it don't even be that bad. Sometimes you can be your worst enemy. You can fear yourself. You can be the worst enemy because of your mindset. And sometimes we adapt our mindset from what's around us by default. It's up to us to go through that inventory and get rid of all that negative shit. Me putting the limitations on myself. Right. That's the worst thing that I could ever fear. But we got to take that push. You just got to take that push, because it can never be that bad.
Right.
And I think a good thing to talk about too that can really just kill your self-confidence that you just have to be aware of, that I see people do on a day-to-day basis, is just comparing your situations with other people. We all dealt with different cards. You know, some people are dealt with silver spoons. Some people are in you know, got it good, and some others don't. But it's our job to just learn from each situation that we're in, because at the end of the day, the situation don't control us. We control the situation, what we do with the knowledge that we learn from being in the situation. So compare your situation to others can really kill your confidence, because if you see someone younger than you, you know, or older than you, doing something that you want to do, and you're doing different things to try and get the same success, and then he's like, dang, this guy, you know, he did it one time, he got lucky, and it's taking me 9 or 12 times to get it right, you know. And when you're comparing the situation to him, your situation to him, you find yourself killing your confidence, because now you start to get that doubt, like, you know, maybe I'm not the person, you know, maybe I don't need to do this, or he's better than me. Some of those things start to run through your mind. So comparing your situations to just other people in general can just really kill your own success rate when it comes to your own self-confidence. You can really kill yourself with it.
And I know that we use it kind of loosely, but I do not like the term silver spoon. Just because they start off in a better position that you in, don't mean they gonna end off in a better position than you in.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have everything, but I'm developing everything that you don't have.
Right.
Because everything was given to you, but I have to get mine out the mud. And I kind of like how Steve Harvey, I listen to Steve Harvey real big. He was saying that he had to go and do a talk for some billionaires. And he was telling the dude who was calling him, was like, why do they want to talk to me about money or, you know, about anything? Because they billionaires. I'm only a millionaire. And the dude said the thing about them is majority of their parents and their grandparents died and they inherit the money. But you was just homeless. So you can teach them a lot of more things than they can ever experience in life. So that's why I said you got to look at it in a whole different perspective. Don't compare your situation to somebody else's situation, because what you going through right now can actually be somebody's survival guide.
Right.
It's all up to you about what you do with it. If you start to compare yourself, that's when all the doubts and the fears start to come in. And even with that, you start to kill your own path to success. You got to exit all of that out and do not, I repeat, do not let that become a part of your life that control you.
Yeah.
Because you determine what you do.
Right.
Don't let comparison kill what you do. So it's all up to you.
Me personally, I don't compare myself to nobody. Reason being is I don't know nobody whole situation. I'm not finna compare myself to somebody that seems successful and whole time they done had to do whatever they had to do. Stuff that the stuff that I wouldn't even do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's just what it is. Because the way I look at it is this. Regardless of how much money you have or how much money you don't have, like nobody in this world is better than anybody else. Nobody is higher than, nobody is lower than. We all in the same playing field. Nobody's further than. It just, sometimes we possess a little bit more. But just because I possess more materialistically doesn't mean that you don't possess more mentally. You could have all the cars, you could have all the money in the world, but the amount of knowledge that I got equals the amount of shit you have.
Right.
We all are like rich in our own ways, in my opinion. We all possess wealth in our own ways, in my opinion. And that's just, when it comes to comparing me to somebody else, like, I'm not finna do that, bro. I don't know what you had to go through, but what you did go through and how you are living, they ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
That's none of my business. You know what I'm saying? And like I always say, like, I focus on my own. Like, if that shit ain't making me a better person, if I'm not learning from it, if I can't grow from it, it has no room being on my mind.
Yeah.
And it's just like E.T. said, I understand what you doing, but you would not outwork me.
That's just that on that.
You would not outwork me. He said, even on your private jet, you won't outwork me.
That's
Even
what's
in
up.
your Bentley, you won't outwork me. Even in your mansion, you won't outwork me because I'm hungry. If you're not hungry, then what you expect to eat?
Yeah. And then your confidence shouldn't even allow you to feel number two to anybody.
Right.
I think I heard Remy Ma say that, like, I'm not number two to nobody. I'm nobody's rebound. Like, nobody better than me, and that's just what it is. Like, I'm not better than nobody, but at the same time, nobody better than me. And my confidence won't even allow me to make nobody else be put on a pedestal, if that makes sense.
Right.
I don't even have to be a millionaire in the face of some billionaires. I still stand up with my chest out. Because that's what it is. I don't put in work just like you put in work. I may not be as far ahead as you are, but at the end of the day, I still don't put in work. And nothing that you have could ever make me feel bad about what I have and don't have.
Exactly.
And my confidence won't allow that shit to happen. That's just what it is.
Some of the things that some people have, I don't even want to have.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, nigga, you driving a Ferrari, them shits is ugly to me.
Right. You get that, it's over.
Yeah. But if I said it, I'm gonna come off as a hater, but that's just the reality of it.
Exactly.
Just say, hey, that ain't for me.
Right.
Exactly.
You might like that, but it don't turn me on at all.
Like, no.
Yeah. It's nice, though.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's
But no.
nice.
No.
But listen, self-confidence is a superpower. Once you start to believe in yourself, magic begins to happen. Self-confidence is vital to life. It's one of those things you have to have. Most of the time, your confidence is responsible for your success and your failures in life, because if you don't have that confidence within you, you'll never get that boost you need to do it. Now, one thing I know for sure, confidence is something you have to have for yourself. It shouldn't rely on anyone or anything else. It should be 100% from within you. The reason I say that is because when it comes from you, you'll never need anything or anyone to make you feel good. It'll be from within yourself. Hopefully we added some type of value to your mind so you can check your thoughts. Follow us on Instagram at The Mind Report. Also stream us however you would like to at www.themindreportpodcast.com.
Right now.
Like Red 9.
Right now.
Red 9. RETNIE. Red 9. Like
Right now. Right now.
Listen,
I say it right now.
I'm your host, Ken.
I'm DT.
And I'm Caleb.
We are The Mind Report.
And we are out.
If you enjoyed this podcast episode, make sure you share it with someone else.
And be on the lookout for new episodes. And make sure you subscribe now.
This is The Mind Report.
And we are out.